What's going on, everybody? This is your boy Dragon Master coming at you right now with part 3 of this fucking video set. I do extremely apologize for all this. I was hoping to wrap up these 3 conversations all in one video. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. Guess that's what I get for trying to make them 20-minute videos and then always finding something to fucking rant about, right? So let's see. First video, just to recap real quick, was about, Chaos Emperor Dragon, why I feel it should be taken off the ban list, shit like that. The second video was about the Cyberdark cards, kind of a recap just on the original Cyberdark cards, and some of its new support and its new boss monster as well. This video is going to be about, as I've said in the other 2, the new support for Red Eyes Black Dragon. I'll be reading off, for those who aren't familiar with the cards, those who are just coming into the game, because let's face it, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game is literally picking up new players on a daily basis. So, for those of you who aren't too familiar with the cards, I'll be naming those off, their effects, shit like that. And then I'll be getting into, probably with each individual card, and then either at the end or right before I get into them, more likely it'll be right before I get into them, my opinion on the cards. So first off, a little bit about the Red Eyes deck. For those of you, again, not too familiar with the game, just coming into the game, maybe not too familiar with the Red Eyes deck in general. The Red Eyes deck is meant to be a burn style of deck. It's literally meant to attack your opponent's life points, deplete them as quickly as possible from many different angles. And there are definitely quite a few cards in the deck that allow you to do so. In their fusion cards, being one of them. Of course, the 2 fusion cards that I am referring to here, give me just a second, is Archfiend Black Skull Dragon and Meteor Black Comet Dragon. Archfiend Black Skull Dragon, basically when it does damage at like the end of the turn, basically you can send 1 Red Eyes card from your graveyard back to your deck, and then inflict that monster's attack points to your opponent as damage. Meteor Black Dragon is kind of a reverse. With Meteor Black Dragon, it's send 1 I think it's 1 Red Eyes card. Yeah, send 1 level 7. Oh no, that's the fusion requirements for it. I'm sorry. Send 1 Red Eyes monster from your hand or deck to the graveyard, and then inflict half of that monster's attack points to your opponent's life points. Not a bad effect, I guess. And then of course there's also Red Eyes Black Dragon Sword. Which basically when it's summoned, you equip it to a monster, and that monster gains initially 1,000 attack points, and then 500 additional attack and defense points for each dragon type monster on your side of the field and on the field and in either graveyard. That one's not really much of a burn card. One of the other burn cards for Red Eyes is, if I can find it here, Inferno Fire Blast. You target 1 Red Eyes on the field, inflict that monster, Red Eyes Black Dragon's attack to your opponent as damage. Red Eyes comes stock 2,400 attack points. So it's not a bad card. And then of course there's Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon, where every time the opponent activates a card or effect, inflict 500 points of damage to your opponent, yada yada yada. No, whatever. So on to the main course for this deck, the new support. And before I get into that, certain cards for the new support are taken away from the burn quality. They've made it to where Red Eyes is basically now a splash-in engine for certain decks, like Buster Blader. Damn you, Konami. And I do apologize, I know many of you aren't going to care, but some of my paint is coming off here, I just noticed that. More likely for me getting a couple itches and shit there, so It is what it is. The paint's dried, it's going to easily rub off, so. The first one up is Red Eyes Metal Knight Gearfried. He is a level 4 Dark Attribute Warrior type monster. Christ. 1800 attack, 1600 defense. Sorry if I don't sound too enthusiastic about these cards. It is what it is. Anyway, let's try to pick up the enthusiasm here a little bit. Once per turn, if an equipped card or cards, because that's the parentheses around the S, is equipped to this card, you can destroy that equipped card or, again, cards. Then you can destroy one spell or trap card your opponent controls. Okay, so like Gearfried the Iron Knight, only with back row elimination. Okay. Once per turn, you can send one equipped card you control that is equipped to this card to the graveyard. Then target one level 7 or lower Red Eyes monster in your graveyard and special summon. Okay, so... Alright, so not only does it have the ability to destroy an opponent's back row, it also has the ability to special summon one Red Eyes monster from... one level 7 Red Eyes monster from your graveyard. Of course, it's level 7 or lower, sorry. Okay, so we got some resurrection power there as well. Not bad. Not bad. Not very good, but not bad. Moving on. We have... Christ. The defiled baby dragon. Or if you want to get technical about it, they kind of made him better. Of course, I'm referring to the new support card, Red Eyes Baby Dragon. Red Eyes Black Chick has grown up, folks. Holy fuck. He's a dragon type monster, of course, dark attribute, level 3, 1200 attack, 700 defense. Its effect reads, when this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon one level 7 or lower Red Eyes monster from your deck. If you do so, equip this card from your graveyard to that monster. Okay, so special summoning the monster from the deck and then equipping it. Okay, by equipping it, it gains 300 attack points. What the fuck? You have a card, a monster card, with 1200 attack points that states when it is destroyed, you can equip it onto a... First off, you can special summon a level 7 or lower Red Eyes monster from your deck, and then equip Baby Dragon onto that monster. And then it only gains 300 attack points. One of these things just doesn't belong here! What the hell, Konami? So, not only do you give us a Red Eyes, effect version of Baby Dragon, I'm sorry, this is where the quotation came in. Baby Dragon, you give it a weak-ass effect like that for equipping it onto a fucking Red Eyes? So, let's go into this real quick. First off, all of the level 7 Red Eyes cards are Red Eyes Black Dragon, Malefic Red Eyes Black Dragon, and if I can find the bastard, its Gemini counterpart, Red Eyes Black Flare Dragon, all of which have 2,400 attack points. Literally the strongest Red Eyes card for the main deck that is level 7 or lower that you could use Baby Dragon's effect on to special summon it is Red Eyes Archfiend of fucking Lightning. He is a level 6 Fiend Dark monster with 1,200 defense, 2,500 attack. And even if you do summon him, he's only getting 300 attack points. Okay. The lore, I'm going to get into this real quick. The lore in the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Series, back when Red Eyes first made its appearance into the fucking game, is that its attack power rivaled that of the legendary Blue Eyes White Dragon. First off, how you could say that a monster with 2,400 attack points rivals the Blue Eyes, which has 3,000, is beyond me. But again, that is the lore in the anime that surrounds this card. The only fucking Red Eyes for the main deck that has ever been able to exceed that 2,400 attack point limit without the use of equipped cards is Red Eyes Darkness Dragon, who gains, 300 attack points? Yeah, it gains 300 attack points for each dragon-type monster in the graveyard. Not bad. I would prefer that card in a fucking Red Eyes deck than Baby Dragon, who only gives the fucking monster 300 attack points. Like, what the fuck, Konami? 600 attack points. I'd have been good with that. I'd have been good with 600. Because then that gives you a monster with 3,000 fucking attack points. There are so many easily summoned monsters in the game now, with 3,000 attack points, if not more. Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon being one of them. It is very easy to fucking summon. So if you have a monster on the field that was summoned by Red Eye, if you have a Red Eyes monster on the field that was summoned by Red Eyes Baby Dragon, the strongest that monster is going to be is either 2,700 or 2,800. And it will be staring down the barrel of a 3,000 attack point beater. And that's only if the player with that said Photon Dragon, doesn't have the means to summon out one of its more powerful Xyz monsters, like number 62, like I'm sorry, 60. Yeah, number 62, I'm sorry, Photon Prime. Like Full Armor Dragon, like Dark Matter, like Neo Photon, like Chaos number 107. You know, it's not standing a fucking chance. Even with Galaxy Eye's effect of being able to remove the monster from play, it would still survive the first round if it had 3,000 attack points. Again, one of these things just doesn't belong here. What the fuck, Konami? Get your shit together. You give us new support, but you fuck it up. Fuck! Moving on. we'll go to the first trap card. Red Eyes, Fang with Chain. You give us a Red Eyes version of fucking Kunai with Chain. Really, Konami? Really? You take Kunai with Chain and, I guess, fuck it up, and I haven't even read the card effect yet. So this is a trap card, ladies and gentlemen. Target one Red Eyes monster you control. Equip this card to it. It can make a second attack on monsters during each battle phase. You can send this equipped card to the graveyard, then target one effect monster on the field. Equip that target to the monster this card is equipped to. While equipped by this effect, the equipped monster's attack and defense becomes equal to that monster's. First off, the second part of that effect confused me there for a minute, but I got the gist of it. So first off, you give us basically a jacked up version of Kunai with Chain for Red Eyes. Give it the effect of it can attack multiple times in a turn. However, it can only attack, first off, and one additional time, and only to another monster. What the fuck, Konami? I think it was Cyber Knight who I initially heard these cards, about these cards from, and even he said it needed a better effect than that. You had how many months before they released these cards to make them better? And you didn't. You still fucked them up. What the fuck? As for the second part of that effect, basically what it's saying is, you know, by sending the jacked up version of Kunai with Chain to the graveyard, you can select one monster on the field, equip it to the monster that this jacked up version of Kunai with Chain was equipped to. And then that monster's attack becomes equal to that of the monster that's now equipped to it. So in other words, I can see potential in that card as far as that part of the effect goes, because it basically will allow you to take, say, a fucking monster like, oh, I don't know, Neo Photon Dragon from your opponent, equip it to your Red Eyes, and you just gave your Red Eyes double? Not quite double. The attack points. Okay. I like that part of the effect. This first part sucks. Just plain and simple, it sucks. To get more in depth with that, it sucks giant monkey dick. Okay? And then we have, for the last sharp card on this list, we have Red Eyes Burn. I'm afraid to find out. But let's find out. Yep, I already fucked that up. Take two. If a face-up Red Eyes monster or monsters you control is destroyed by a battle or card effect, target one of those monsters. Both players take damage. Damage equal to that to its original attack. Okay, so basically it's a trap card version of Inferno Fire Blast. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. I can accept that. I can accept that. That's a fairly good card. I'll give Konami props on that. That's a fairly good card. The last card to talk about in this video. I know we're coming up on the 20-minute mark. Hopefully this won't be any more than 25 minutes. The last card to talk about in this video before I end y'all's pain and suffering is Red Eyes Slash Dragon. First off, in order to summon this fucking card, you need 1 Red Eyes Black Dragon and 1 Warrior Monster. Your traditional Red Eyes build does not run a fucking warrior. Just saying. And anyone, in my eyes, anyone who runs a warrior, even if it's the Red Eyes Gearfried card, in this deck, just to put this out there, you need to hang up your deck and be done with the game. If anything, use it as a splashing engine in a different deck, not in a Red Eyes. You defile my dragons, I'll go. I almost want to say something else, but you defile my dragons and you're on my shit list. We'll just leave it at that. So it's a dark attribute dragon type fusion monster, level 7, 2800 attack, 2400 defense. This sounds like a fusion, just attack wise, it sounds like a fusion version of Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. Fuck. When a Red Eyes monster declares an attack, you can target 1 warrior monster in your graveyard. Oh my god, I already don't like where this effect's going. Equip it to this card as an equipped spell card with this effect. The equipped monster gains 200 attack points. Why, Konami, do you do this shit? When a card or effect is activated that targets a card or cards you control, this is a quick effect. You can send 1 equipped card you control to the graveyard, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy the card. If this card is destroyed by a battle or card effect, you can special summon as many monsters that were equipped to this card as possible from your graveyard. So, in one way, it's a good resurrection power. However, it only works if this card is destroyed by battle or card effect. It only works for the cards that were equipped to it, and the only cards you can equip to it are warriors. And just because of the fact it gains 200 attack points for basically each warrior, this is a dragon type fusion version of, what was it, Sword Hunter? Sword Hunter? Konami, I love you. I love this game. You fucked up with some of this Red Eye support. Plain and fucking simple. So again, guys, some of these new cards, like Gearfried and like Slash Dragon, are basically going to be splash-in cards for certain other decks. One deck of which would be like a Buster Blader deck. I don't really see many, if any, of these cards being very... I take that back. I can see one of these cards being found in a competitive Red Eyes deck, and that would be Red Eyes Burn. Red Eyes Fangwood Chain might be able to make its way, and even Baby Dragon might be able to make its way. But the one that I see for sure making its way into the competitive scene as far as like a straightforward, old school Burn style fucking Red Eyes deck like it should be, is Red Eyes Burn, because it's basically a trap card version of Inferno Fire Blast. So, that being said, Slash Dragon and at the very least Gearfried might work in a Red Eyes deck, but I mean, let's face it, it's going to be best to run that and Slash Dragon in like a Buster Blader deck instead. So that basically wraps up, and we're right around the 25-minute mark. So that basically wraps up video 3 in this long-ass session. Let's see, I gave you guys about an hour's worth of video to watch here, so yeah. I do apologize for these last couple of videos running so long. I always seem to find something to rant about, right? I guess in a way it's kind of entertaining to you guys because you're seeing me flip out. But you get the gist of it. So, not really sure about what the next video is going to be about. I kind of do these videos on the fly, depending on the situation that pops up. Thanks to my friend Derek, I do have an updated version of YGO Pro now. So I'm more than likely going to be testing out a couple of decks against link-based, or I'm sorry, link format style decks now as well. So I'm looking forward to that. As always, I try to keep you guys updated with shit like that. I'm always working on my decks too, so there's that. So yeah, that pretty much does it for this series of video. Until next time, guys, this is your boy Dragon Master signing off. As always, if you like the videos, like and subscribe to the channel. As always, leave your comments down below. I do read them, and I like your input on these topics as well. So until next time, guys, this is Dragon Master signing off. Peace.